This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one good for 26 and a first down. Jimmy Graham, of course, a guy who has been around a while. Been with New Orleans, Seattle, and most recently with Aaron Rodgers and these Green Bay Packers the last 2 seasons. Had 93 catches in a Packer uniform and went over 1,000 yards combined in those 2 years as well. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
The 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30.
A gain of 11.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run, Montgomery, and he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught by Montgomery. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and it's a touchdown for the Packers. Well, so much for the opening drive being capped off by a field goal, CD. It's capped off by a touchdown after all, except I don't think in the manner that we were expecting.
No doubt about that, because you sent me a note earlier in the week saying you thought special teams might play a big role in this one. I don't know that you expected it this early in the game.
No, I didn't. That was a pretty impressive play, and what a way to get their first points. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Bears nothing.
Well, look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Alexander on the
You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Chicago.
Montgomery back to the ground. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Cairo Santos set to kick off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. They'll set up a screen for Dillon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Back at the 21.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They'll run for it with Dillon. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The Bears ball carry.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Looking here for Smith downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These 2 teams all tied after 1. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
46-yard line.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's got this down to the 35. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Number 20.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. From the left hash, this from 46. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bear, Adrian Amos. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score Packers 17, Bears 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track.
And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So his struggles just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Roquan Smith in on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg.
At the Bears.
Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
First down, Chicago.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
2nd and 10.
Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
3rd down.
On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 17. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. You just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. To throw again on second down, Rodgers, and that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was looking for his tight end, Kelsey, and it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about in the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Taken about 7 yards deep. Nifty move. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Now right away, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They go play action here on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really
fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Bears.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone. It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Ball carrier.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
At the 29-yard
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief. And
that's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Chicago.
Jarnell Mooney.
His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bears cut into that lead.
That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
58, come on. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And it's complete to Kelsey. The 30, 20, and he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Now a run with Dillon.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Touchdown, Packers! Devontae Adams, his 19th touchdown now on the season, and the Packers add on to their lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Patterson.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Flush to his right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Green Bay, Wisconsin is the spot. Third quarter inside Lambeau. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Montgomery, a first down and then some. The 40. He's at the 30. And finally down at the 9-yard line. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 66 yards for him on the ground. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Montgomery. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
It was Damon.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 10, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now it's Patterson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
They'll look to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And here's Pat O'Donnell now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Back now at Lambeau. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Rodgers looking deep for Adams. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10.
Green Bay Packer. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devontae Adams with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Packers are pouring it on. And the touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Montgomery. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Bears on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete, and he is... out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. The first throw here for the backup Garoppolo.
He dumps this off to Dillon underneath.
And they'll get this down to the 10. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Flushed out right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Garoppolo again. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Packers! Travis Kelce, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers continue to roll.
Get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Now Crosby for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Packers 52, Bears 14.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times.
And now look at him go. Past the 20, 10, touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears claw one back. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and it's 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
1st and 10 at the 14.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelsey, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 8.
49. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
12, fellas. Here we go.
49's the mic. Watch 49. Got you. I got you, son. I got you. Say hi.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Beyond for the field goal, a 47-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back now on EA Sports. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 7.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It was Damon.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
On 1st down, it's Montgomery. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Green Bay, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago.